Director for the Geneva Centre for Africa Security and Strategic Studies. Always good to see you, David. Look, basic question first. Is there any reason to doubt the democratic process in Senegal and the ruling coalition's claim to have won a majority?
Well, I would have thought so, but the opposition coalition, on that Bartholomew Dias is saying that it's too early to determine any results. That was read by the former Prime Minister Aminata Toure. So therefore, I think we have to wait and see if indeed the preliminary announcement saying that the incumbent has won 30 out of the 46 legislative administrative department votes, it's valid. But again, let's wait and see. We can't determine if there are any doubts, but you never know.
At midday on Sunday, the turnout at that stage was about 22%, extremely low. We're still waiting for the official figures, I believe. The point is that Senegal is a politically dynamic country. It's very engaged. And when any leader shows that they're kind of wanting to modify the political structure as it is, there's a reaction. So what's happening with the opposition amongst the citizenry, the people who are wary of Macky Sall's future political ambitions?
I think you're right. The biggest concern is that, there is this fear, within the opposition and perhaps, some members of the Senegalese population that I've spoken to, that, they are concerned that, Macky Sall may want to change the constitution and going for a third term, which is something that, could essentially, destabilize, a country that has been, to some extent, the beacon of democracy in Africa. So there is that major concern. And that is why this particular legislative election is very important, because whoever controls the parliament, be it the incumbent or the coalition, will have a very significant say as to whether the constitution is altered. Remember, West Africa has seen, of course, which Senegal is part of the ECOWAS, has seen some military coup d'etats as a result of, the government being accused of changing the constitution. That has been a very key part in terms of discussions on the ECOWAS table, saying do not support leaders who change the constitution, because then you're just ushering in a military coup, as we've seen in the case of Mali, Guinea, and the rest.
Yeah, I was going to ask you exactly that, David, but always you preempt what I'm going to ask because you're across the story so much. Any danger of such an event happening in Senegal? I mean, is the army likely to get involved?
Well, I don't think in Senegal, not at this point, but I think what could potentially happen is that if the president then decides to change the constitution, one is afraid that, dynamics could change. But I'm not sure if the army will be involved in the case of Senegal. But I see a people that, have enjoyed some level of democratic stability. They may rise, as we saw in the case of the opposition coming up when Ousmane Sonko was arrested, sometime after the 2019 elections. But I pray not.
David, thank you so much indeed. David Otto speaking to us from London.